Hi everyone, Rachel from North Brisbane Psychologists here. Today I wanted to talk a bit about the difference between acceptance and resignation, or tolerance. These are things that we sometimes confuse in our own lives and in the English language. I want to talk about it because there's a therapy that many of our practitioners use at North Brisbane Psychologists, including a couple of our new team members. Hi, new team members. Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, or ACT. And in that therapy, as the name implies, there's a fair bit of work to be done on accepting the difficulties of being human. You know, no matter how good our childhood was, no matter how loving our partner, no matter how lucky we are in our life circumstances, we all struggle, we all suffer. And life might be going well for a while, but we can all get sick, we can all suffer from loss, we can all experience fear and anxiety and despair at times. And there are many things in life that are out of our control. And there are even many things inside of us that are out of our control. So, you know, the analogy I sometimes use is if there's a storm, obviously you have no control over the storm. And if there's an inner storm going on inside, an emotional storm, you still don't have a lot of control. It's not like you can just switch that off like a tap. You may have some influence. You know, you can do things to calm your nervous system, do things to support yourself, but you can't just switch that off either. Life will bring emotional storms from time to time. So what can you do? The commitment part of ACT is to be committed to your values, to figure out what matters most, what sort of person you want to be under the circumstances, how you want to care for yourself, and how you want to care for those around you. And we need the acceptance of the difficulties in order to dive underneath the emotions, dig into our values, and try and live those. So this is why acceptance is so important. Now, it's not resignation. So what's the difference? To me, using the storm analogy, when you are in true acceptance, you keep moving through the storm until you get home again. And you don't know how long it's going to take you, and you just keep moving towards home or your destination. In resignation, you just think, oh, who cares? It's like learned helplessness, right? I'll just be wet my whole life. I don't care. Sometimes I say resignation is like throwing up your arms, but acceptance is like opening your arms up wide. Instead of giving up, we open up to the full range of life experiences, the storms, the droughts, you know, external circumstances, difficult people, all of that. Viruses, job losses, losing money, all the things, losing relationships, losing loved ones. There's so many things in life that happen out of our control. And it's not even those things that we need to accept. This is a bit of a tip if you haven't figured it out already. This is so important. We think it's the thing out there that is so difficult, so intolerable, the person, the situation, but it isn't. That's just the stimulus. It's what it stimulates in here that we find difficult. You know, we might love to see the storm if it hasn't rained in a year, but if it's been storming for 10 days, we might be having a very different internal experience of that storm. So really the acceptance is acceptance of emotions, feelings, sensations, thoughts that are unwanted. But if we open up to our inner experience as well as our outer experience, you know, the things happening around us, then we can make room inside of ourselves for all of it and hold it with some gentleness. Welcome the unwanted. Very difficult practice to do, of course, because our initial instinct is, I don't want this. So we can reframe it as, this is something I can tolerate. Now this is something I can accept. Maybe I can even welcome it, because there's sometimes a bit of growth and learning to happen in the acceptance of and the embracing of pain and of difficulties. And I can continue to move towards my values, the value direction, even if I don't have any guarantees, which is most of the time in life. So instead of giving up, which is resignation, I open up. I open up my arms, I open up my mind, I open up my heart, and I accept what's happening outside and inside. And then that creates the conditions for me to live a values-based life. So I'd love to hear your comments or questions below the video if you have any. And yeah, I'll make another video next time, I think, on self-compassion, which is almost the next level up from self-acceptance. So until next time, bye for now.